Hello again. This next activity is another Illustrator activity, but what I'm going to be showing you is how to use live trace, which in CS6 has developed significantly better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call this one trace, and we're going to try a couple of different traces. And again, we're going to go landscape. Okay. There's our image. Now what we can do is I've gotten two photographs, well, two images I mean, that I'm going to bring onto here. The first one is this large Batman logo, which I'm definitely going to have to shrink down. Okay. Hadn't brought it in before, so let me just shrink down the canvas here. And so I can see how big this thing is. A little too big. So here, let's do the Shift and Alt. It keeps it in the center. Let's put it in there. There we go. And then back to full screen. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to live trace this. So you go to image trace, and since it's only a couple of colors, I'm just going to choose 3 colors. Okay, and then it does a little blurring. And remember, this is a bitmap. So what it's doing right now is it's converting this image totally into a vector. Now I'm hoping, based on the fact that it is only 2 color, that it will come out really well. I'm actually quite surprised it's taking so long, but we'll let this progress. Dum-de-dum-de-dum, dum-de-dum-de-dum. Anyway, let's see how it comes out. And it is... oh my gosh, taking so long. Okay, now you can tell it already looks smooth. Then we're just going to click expand, and then if we look at this object, you look at each of these different pieces. Now this is fully scalable, so if I scale this thing down tiny and then I zoom in on it, you see these are perfectly smooth lines. Okay, and if I go in and I go back full screen and I drag this thing like super large and even larger, I do the same thing, zoom in, still perfectly smooth lines. Actually, we're getting some funny looking stuff here. Yeah, it's still lines. I got these little jaggies though. That doesn't really impress me too much, but still a great tool. I'm going to show you something really interesting though. I'm going to delete this one, and we're going to bring in an image. Now this one I just cut out. Now you can see there's a little bit of edging here because I had to cut out the background, but we're going to do an image trace of this one, and this time we're going to choose high fidelity photo. Okay, and what this is going to do is it's going to convert this image. Now it's now a vector, and I'll just expand on this. It gives you an idea of how detailed this has become. So if we look in very closely, so I'm just going to zoom into the hair here. Each one of these objects is now a vectorized object, which means if we scale this to any size, I can scale it small or large. It is not going to affect it in any way. So I can scale it tiny like this. Click off, it still looks exactly the same as if I scale it huge like this. Okay? And it has become a vector. But the live trace now is fairly sophisticated, allowing you to do traceable images even if something as complicated as this.